Oh yeah, now my people, it's your guy, the Niger Englishman, and we are back here, one touch TV settings, and it's that time of the year again. And for me, I don't care what anyone says. Oh, the rivalry's gone. It's not like back in the day. For me, this game is always emotional. They are the enemy for life, for life. No matter if we're fighting for relegation, top six, top eight, top 10. I don't give a damn. As long as it's Arsenal, Man, and Man United, it's war and only war. And today, for this match preview, I couldn't do it with just Arsenal fans. I had to invite some of the scum, the pagans, the ops, to come alongside and swing some blows with me. But don't forget to smash the like button, my people. Comment, share, all of that, all of that, all of that, all of that, all of that. And first things first, let me introduce the away team. His tag team partner is somewhere in the wings right now, starting late to the show, just kind of like Man U did to this season. So he'll join him sometime later, I'm sure. But welcome back to the show. Happy New Year as well, because if you've not seen him in the new year, man like Moses from Weird and Wonderful. How you doing, bro?
Big up. Yes, bro. No, man, all good, bro. All good. I've been my footballing life's improved a lot since we last spoke. But yeah, man. Wait, obviously, I like coming here. It's like my second home in it. Whenever I come here, you make me feel really comfortable. You make me feel, do you know what I mean? Like I'm welcome in it. All I'm doing now is just waiting for my boy Ivorian Spice. He's on Fergie time right now, isn't it? So
what's he doing at Casemiro and dodging the challenge, eh?
Hey, here he is. Here he is. He snuck in just as we were talking his name. He sneaks in late, just like Ten Hag to the Premier League season. Man like Ivorian Spice in the building.
Yes.
How you doing, Ivorian Spice? You good?
I'm good, guys. I do apologize for the delay. Something just turned up, but I am here to come and back my team. You get me? What? Big up everyone. Big up Gooners as well. Moses, what's up, man? Nigeria Englishman. Big up everyone as well. It's been so long.
Brother, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Happy New Year and all that, bro. I know you're a busy man, so it's nice to get you on One Touch TV yet again. But we're not friends this weekend, my guy. We can resume our friendship after this Sunday. But back again, One Touch TV representative, my guy, always coming with the chest. This guy gives me the ginger to get into games. My guy, Gooner Souls in the building. How you doing, bro?
Come on now. No, you know what I mean? At least we'll be there, unlike a certain Casemiro wanted to get a red card. He didn't even want to play the game after me. Like this guy was like, you know what? Let me get a yellow card at the end of the game. We're up. I've done my job. 1-0. Goes, gets a yellow card. Doesn't want that party smoke. This is a 4-time UCL winner. A man gets a yellow card. You know, we had a North London derby.
5 times. 5 times.
Sorry, 5 times. Yeah.
Let's get that right.
5-time UCL winner. Let me respect that. I do respect him. But yeah, we had a North London derby and our players kept disciplined. We had 3 players potentially out for this game. They all didn't get yellow cards. So you know what? He can hold that. I actually wanted him to play, by the way. I wanted him to hold smoke.
Don't lie, man. You lot didn't want Casemiro. You lot were celebrating.
We wanted him. We wanted him.
No.
That yellow. Don't lie.
Bro.
I said this. I want him to play.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, the reason why I wanted him to play is because I wanted to see what Partey against Casemiro. Let's see what we're saying, because obviously, if you look at it career-wise, it's naturally Casemiro's had the better career. There's no doubt about that. He's got a lot of credit in the bank. There's no complaint. There's no complaints about that. But when it comes to this season, I think people are brushing off the job that Partey's been doing. I'm not saying Casemiro has not had a better season than Partey necessarily, but I'm saying the way people talk down Partey's performance, they got to recognize that there's not many DMs in the world that can do the things that Partey can do.
He's looking at the play.
And there's not many DMs that can do what Casemiro's been doing.
Tell him again.
Miracle work.
You know, the man was injured a lot for Real Madrid and they still don't look phased. Just saying.
Who?
What?
Casemiro. Casemiro was... Yeah, he didn't always play.
Nah, but
he always did.
Trying to rub him out.
Don't.
Trying to rub him out.
This guy was integral to Real Madrid's Champions League winning campaign.
Who played instead of him? Who played ahead of him?
Nobody did.
Last few seasons it was Valverde who played in the midfield over him.
He's playing right wing. Valverde played right wing and right back.
No, don't do this.
Valverde was right back.
Don't do this.
No. For some, I said this season, yes. This year, should I say? Valverde's played right wing. But the majority of the time, Valverde has been playing midfield for them.
Not holding midfield. not behind
I'm
Cruz
not having that, bro.
and Mudryk.
Yeah, but then
In the big
Modric
games?
deeper. Well, they go into a double pivot with Modric and Cruz, which is what they do a lot of the times.
Modric in the double pivot.
Let's get into some of the comments real quick. Get some order in here. It's already going off. Casemiro versus Party. It's already going off. We're like 5 minutes in, guys. Jeez. Don't forget to smash the like button, share, comment, all of that, my people. Big up the sports capital, saying big up the lads, big up my bro, Ivorian and Spice. Delta P in the building, saving our big guns for more important games. You lot are mad. You lot are freaking mad. It's the biggest game of your season right now. You crazy. Celebrating yellow cards. No, I'm not celebrating. You never saw me on stream celebrating. Although, big up Patrick Vieira. Once a gooner, always a gooner, my guy. Football Badge Channel says we wanted your best team out. Of course we did. We wanted your best team. We wanted to face Casemiro. It's a shame because you lot might have an excuse now for what happens on Sunday.
Why don't they have an excuse?
It is what it is. Spice in the building. Come on, you Gunners. Her Casemiro didn't always. Aye. Delta P. I don't want to get into that.
I know.
That's kind of technical for me. I'm not endorsing that. But first of all, guys, obviously, Arsenal, Manchester United. It's one of the biggest games in Premier League history. For me, it's still the biggest game in Premier League history. For me, I don't care what anyone says. But I just want to know. I want to go around the room to find out at this particular stadium, whether Highbury or the Emirates. What is your favorite memory for in that game at the stadium that we're playing at tomorrow? So first of all, I'm going to start with Ivory and Spice. What's your favorite memory at that stadium?
You did say either Highbury or Emirates. Yeah. Because I can my favorite ever moment regarding back in Highbury, which was the final game between Arsenal versus Manchester United, where Manchester United came back 40 with one of my favorite moments was John O'Shea's goal, the fourth goal, especially the chip over the goalkeeper, the classy finish, just to cement that we was a tough and a very good team. And that was one of the most prolific moments of rivalries of Arsenal versus Manchester United. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I'm very sure you're probably going to say the 6-1 hammering at Old Trafford where you got celebrated as well, but we'll find out.
We're talking about at the Emirates, mate. So
yeah, I know.
Keep it pushing. All right. So, Moses, what are you saying? What about you?
There's a few that spring to mind. Also, I just wanted to say on Ivory and Spices, Arsenal were never the same after that game. They were never the same.
Anyway, let's keep it pushing.
My favorite moment. There's a couple that's up there. I can't forget the Ronaldo 45-yard free kick in the Champions League. That was outrageous, and the goal. The second goal was pretty beautiful as well. But my favorite moment.
You think you get a chance to give 2 highlights? Nah, that's your moment. That's not my favorite.
Oh no, that's it. Jesse Lingard, Millie Rocking. That was it. Jesse Lingard, Millie Rocking. I thought it was iconic.
Man.
I forgot it, bro. That was the lead up. But no, Jesse Lingard, Millie Rocking.
No problem. Hey, so feel free to throw in a build-up one before your main one, just like Moses did, bro. What's one of your favorite Emirates moments in this fixture, or Highbury moments?
Do you know, this is gonna sound mad, innit? But I'm quite a young Arsenal fan. I'm only 24, so I've not really seen the glory of Arsenal. I've seen the Invincibles, obviously, but I was like 5, 6 maybe. So I didn't really know it was an achievement. I thought you had to go undefeated to win the league. That's how my ball knowledge was, just so people know, innit? I thought if you lose a game, you don't win it. But so I've not really had many where it's meant a lot because we've been in the mud in comparison to what United have been doing in that space of time. So I don't really have any moments, but I would say, do you know what? Last year when Xhaka scored that goal, it was like you knew the resurgence was coming. You knew that, this villain story is about to turn because it was an important goal. It was a lot of smoke. Just like now, it's fairly in the balance. No one knew who was going to win this game. A lot to play for. We had the top 4 to go for. Not an achievement. It's kind of showing how bad both teams have been, in recent times. But for me, do you know what it is? I've always said, the Granit Xhaka situation for me was overblown because it was both parties to blame. Xhaka had a part to play You know, the fans had their part to play. When he scored that goal, I felt like the admiration came back, and that's when it really turned for the fans, and the love and the unity within the fan base came. Because, and I know it's gonna sound mad, but let's be real. Like, our rivalry is toxic. Like, there's a deeper hatred than Spurs for like United. And when that happened, and I seen the fan base and the reaction on the timelines, and even when the players came out and started like talking in unity and harmony, I was like, there's a change coming to Arsenal. And then that's when I first truly believed, I go, this is the mentality change that we're waiting for.
Love that. That was a moment. What a hell of a strike by Xhaka as well, man.
It was offside though. There was an offside. Should have been offside.
Nah, it was a fair goal, mate. Manchester United should be complaining about VAR.
Very good strike.
So, very, very good strike. I didn't see it coming. The studio over here in Tunnel TV went absolutely.
Neither did De Gea.
Well, I'm sure, like, unless I've like blurred a game or something, that we were under the cosh before that game. The tide had turned. You were about to make it 2-2, and we needed that third goal.
Yeah, they just missed the penalty. They missed the penalty, Fernandez, and then we went to get that goal. So that was very important. But for me, someone mentioned it this moment when Henry's last minute header. That was a massive moment, especially for Henry to score a header. I think he came on as a second half sub. Big goal. But for me, I say it had to be a hybrid moment. When David Platt scored the winner in the 3-2 in 1998. 97-98 season. David Platt. And the reason why that was such a moment, because it was the first time as an Arsenal fan where I was like, yo, we can really push these Man U boys, you know? Like, because obviously, like 95, 96, 97, it was Man U. Obviously, they had the little Blackburn situation, but Man U were the team. And when we went 2-0 up, they came back 2-2. I'm like, they've done it again. Last minute, David Platt. Hey, what a moment, man. I remember doing the knee slide in my front room and all sorts, man. It was an epic moment. Like, there's a new kid on the block. Arsene Wenger really announced his team at that point. But let's get to this game.
How could you forget the Thierry Henry against Barthez?
Yeah.
That for me.
That was a moment. That was a moment. The 2 goals that he scored where Barthez was on some joke thing, yeah? That was an epic day. Don't get me twisted, but for me, as a young fan at that moment, that was the first time I saw my team about it, like pushing the big boys. So that's why it was a big moment for me. But now, man like Ravi in the building. Yeah, we're here this Sunday. Arsenal versus Manchester United. They're saying it's a title race. Both Manchester clubs in the title race. Arsenal at the top of the league. But to be honest, what I'm excited about is that we're having this fixture when we're on the top end of the table. That's why this is very, very big for me. Let's go first of all, the away side. How do you see this game playing out? Obviously, you beat us last time without Casemiro. You have the task of doing it again this time. What do you think you're going to need to do to get the win in this game?
Moses, you want to take it?
Yeah, I mean, I think what do you know? It's going to be a hard one to predict, because I think Ten Hag's going to come with a system and a way of playing that's going to counteract Arsenal. And I think he's going to, in the same way he did with Pep. You see that first half. I think if we can stop you guys in that first half, then I think that's still going to be the hardest part of the game for us to handle, in it. So I reckon Ten Hag's going to come with a system to break up your midfield, to stop your midfield from playing. Whether it's Fred up along doing what he did to KDB and marking Odegaard all game, I don't know, innit? Whether it's Bruno playing right wing, I'm not sure. I can't predict it, but all I know is that Ten Hag's I don't think he's just gonna throw out his normal 11 or his best 11. I think he's gonna come up with a game plan that's gonna stop Arsenal and then also expose you guys. I think the break and the counter with Rashford's gonna be. That's where I see us winning the game, and it could play out very similarly to the game at Old Trafford when we beat you 3-1. I think we're not gonna have the majority of the ball, but we're gonna have pace on the counter. I reckon he'll get a goal. Obviously, shame he didn't get a goal against Palace, but I think he's gonna continue his good form in it. But counter on the break and Man United stopping your midfield. That's how I see it. That's how I see it.
Do you second that notion, Ivory and Spice, or do you have anything else to sprinkle on that?
Definitely the missing Casemiro is a factor, and it'll just mean that it'll be very difficult to play against Arsenal. You know, I'm not going into that game completely in confidence that Manchester United can do a job or steal a win, which they can. They're capable of doing that. But again, it's going to be a tough game against Arsenal. I expect Arsenal to be dominating possession, creating most chances. They are at Emirates Stadium, and Manchester United to counter whatever Arsenal throw at them. It will be a difficult game for Manchester United. Arsenal are in great form. They're unstoppable right now. There's still that elephant on top of the tree trunk waiting for them to drop, but it hasn't happened. For some reason, that elephant finds a way to stay on top of the tree trunk. You get me?
We are doing our thing, bro. I can't
Yeah.
lie. But so do you agree with that? That's Man U's best chance of winning this game, and how do you think we're going to approach it?
So I do agree, maybe compacting the box and making it difficult to break down, and kind of voiding spaces that we can get in behind with is probably a clever thing to do. But the one thing that I want to kind of point out, our last sort of 2 to 3 games have been against oppositions who have done this. So we've been literally training and preparing for teams to do this against us for about 3 weeks. And then if you include this, about 3, maybe 4 weeks, give or take. And I feel Arteta's got it down to a T. The only problem that we had last year, not last year, sorry, the last fixture was we didn't take our chances. We had, I think it was about 30 to 40 touches in your box, and we only had about 5 to 10 shots, which kind of goes to show where our problem was. We just weren't pulling the trigger. If we had pulled the trigger a bit more, which is what we did after your game, after we played you guys going on in the season, we've started taking more shots. We've started scoring more goals. Like, look at, some of them have been fortunate. Like, for example, the Odegaard one that kind of fell to Saka and then Saka scored. I can't remember who we played. But once we start taking shots like that, where we pop them, just test the keeper, maybe he fumbles it and there's a tap in. One thing that you've got to understand, this game, we've got Nketiah playing. Now, I'm not disregarding Jesus, by the way. I'm not saying that he's not a good player or anything like that. But Nketiah's a poacher. He's in the box. He's a fox in the box. He likes to be in those positions. And that's something that's going to be different to what we did last time. And that could favour Nketiah in this game. But the thing is, we've played counter-attacking teams and we've beaten them. And we played Tottenham, who arguably are probably better at doing it than anyone in the league. Like, I'll give them that bit because they do it very well. They compact the box and they counter. They've got Kane doing it for them. This season, they haven't been that great, I'll be honest. They've been comeback merchants, whatever. But this game, stylistically, is going to be a very, very fun game. But what you've got to understand, the reason it worked last time is because we had that bum Lokonga in midfield who doesn't run, who doesn't press, who doesn't do anything. He's just a man. He's a man to make the numbers. He's not really a player. He needs to go. He needs to be sold. We've got Thomas Partey, who is someone who has a presence in that midfield, and Odegaard has found way better form than what we've played you guys in. Saka's now started scoring. Martinelli's the only player now that's looking a bit shaky. But everyone else has picked up a lot better and more form in terms of output than when we played you first. That's what gives me more confidence going into this game, is the fact that we've conceded, I think we're the second least conceded goals and the second highest scoring team. So we've got both elements in the bag. Even if we need to go defensive and try and compact everything, we can do that. But we're also one of the fastest scoring teams in the league this season. We've pretty much scored in majority of our games in the first 15 minutes. And if we do that, I don't see you winning.
That's true, because I reckon the difference between us winning and losing last time was not only Partey wasn't there, but also that first goal wasn't given. Because if we were on the front foot, took that lead in that with that Martinelli goal, it would have been a hell of a different game. Because you and I both know you got the 3 points, and well done to Ten Hag, because he took advantage of the holes in our game and capitalized on Arteta going a little bit too gung ho. When it was 2-1, he was looking for more the third goal rather than the second goal, Arteta, I think, in that second half. But this time around, we are more composed. Mentality is more like, we have the mentality of winning. We've gone through the trenches with this team. This team have gone through the trenches, my guy. We got Thomas Partey there. And also, we got the trump card. Leandro Trossard coming in with a clutch play. You know what I'm saying?
He registered.
He's registered, he's ready to go. He's in training, registered, and raring
Sky
to go.
Sports even announced it. The paperwork was
done.
Okay,
done, my guy. And obviously, he's a player that's already beaten Manchester United this season
Yeah, I
for
know.
Brighton. So, and he's a big game player. So I can see him coming on maybe last 15, 20 minutes and getting a little debut goal for himself. You never know. Like, I'm in a position where I'm not scared to play anybody. City, United, Liverpool, I'm not scared to face anybody. I'm not saying we're the best team in the world. I'm not saying we're the best team in Europe, but it's the first time when I'm hearing these fixtures, I'm not nervous about playing in these fixtures. Big up Canary in the background. Hello TV
Do you
says.
know what makes this game even better is, if we're being real, other than maybe, obviously Pep's not in this game, so I'm not talking about him, but we've got arguably two of the best tacticians in the league, but Pep. You know, when you're looking at it, they both come from the same school of thought. You can maybe give the advantage to Arteta because he was in La Masia rather than just being under, Pep as a manager. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a better. I'm just saying he's been in the La Masia academy. Hence, he's got a bit.
That's not an advantage, though.
Why is that
Is it a disadvantage?
Okay.
Is it a disadvantage?
Pep's not playing. This isn't La Liga.
The reason why I'm saying it's an advantage is because when you look at the La Masia way of like coaching your players, is they need to learn tactics as well. They need to have that. If they're not tactically aware,
Can I say something?
I'm not saying
that all comes from Johan Cruyff. Johan Cruyff. Yeah.
Spice it.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what I said was you can maybe give the advantage to Arteta in that school of thought because he's been in La Masia, not just as an assistant to Pep. But when you're looking at both these managers, look, they're mad. They can do some really silly things to as a fan perspective, like what Arteta did as an example in the reverse fixture just earlier this season. There will be moments where Ten Hag does this, where he somewhat overthinks the game when he's losing it, and that's what makes this game exciting. Is that these are chess masters in a way. They're looking at the game so methodically that I can't tactically break this game down because I don't think any of them are we're going to go in plan A. I do believe that we're going to go in the way we play. But the minute it doesn't work, Arteta's going to tweak it. But if, say, for example, the reverse happens and Ten Hag goes with his system of counter-attacking and he's like, yo, this ain't working, he is definitely, not panic isn't the right word, but he's definitely going to look to change it. And that's what makes this game exciting. You can't, until that final whistle, even if we're 3-0 up, I'm not writing the game off until the final whistle's done.
Yeah,
3-0 up. Are you joking, brother?
You know what,
hey, we'll slap them up, brother. You not 3-0. 3-0. I'm not nervous at all. I did chew.
Bro,
if it gets to 3-0, come on, bro.
Okay, maybe not 3-0, but you get the point. What I'm trying to say is that this game can change at any moment because both these managers, arguably, you know what? I'm gonna say top 3 in terms of like footballing IQ is probably Pep, Ten Hag, and Arteta, just from their coaching.
Don't let the Liverpool fans hear that.
Klopp's a phenomenal manager, but when I'm talking tactically, I'm not talking about whether they can coach a system to play the way. Like Conte's he's got his plan A, but when the minute you ask him to change his plan A, he can't do it. Whereas with Arteta, Pep, and even a Ten Hag have shown they can change their system and still make it work.
Now I have to say,
Ten Hag, Pep, and who's the other one? Arteta are like the kids at the front of the classroom. That's what them man are like. They're just studious. They just. Do you know what it was? Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, like I'm thinking. Obviously now with the Ancelottis and the Mourinho's getting a bit old, getting on, Van Gaal's retiring. There's got to be a new wave of managers, and I believe it's like the two shows, I guess. I still think he's on fraud watch, but that's for another stream. The Artetas, Ten Hags, those are like the new wave of these managers that are going to maybe be talked about in the next 5 to 10 years as the guys that started to win league titles in different countries, multiple trophies and that sort of thing. So it's exciting. And I would say I have to pick up Man United because I said the max they can finish this season at the start was 6 for me.
Yeah, I remember
That's what I said. Yeah, I said it. But Ten Hag, he's impressed me. And
what's it changed to? What's it now?
I think you can finish top 4, to be honest. And that's not just that's not because of Ten Hag. That's because of the other teams like Chelsea and Liverpool are not really and Tottenham as well, making it quite easy for you to claw back some points. So
that happens.
Niger Englishman, has it been that long?
It's been that long, man. Bloody hell, man. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I have to say, I completely agree with you. But at the same time, it has been tough because every season a team would never perform or underperform compared to the previous season, like Liverpool have been. But again, it has all been Erik ten Hag. And I remember Niger Englishman. I remember I said before, I see something in this manager. As long as this club can back him, I see a top manager there that has these methodical ways of coaching, managing, his principles, his way of playing, similar to what Pep is like and similar to Arteta. They have.
But you didn't mention Arteta them times there. You didn't mention.
No. I respect.
Man just threw him in the mix now. You get me?
You see the thing about I respect Arteta from time ago. Even after watching the documentary, I saw what Arteta was all about. I think it's just some Arsenal fans they just didn't like it, especially Troops. The way he's changed when it comes to Arteta, he's now praising him. But I saw that. I think
it's post Wenger. I think post Wenger, Arsenal fans have got a bit too comfortable calling for the manager's head. And I think previous to that, obviously Arsenal they were ride or die for Wenger, innit? But as soon as he went, as soon as Emery didn't really work, they were quick to jump on people's backs, innit? And then obviously Arteta went through his sticky period, and people were calling for his head again. But look, Arsenal and Man United, two teams that have shown what you can do, especially with a really consistent manager. Arteta is right at the start of his journey. It's exciting for Arsenal fans because, I mean, you're only just getting started, and you're not even in the Champions League yet. You know what I mean? So I got respect for Arteta, but I still think for me, Ten Hag's a cut above, and I think give him the same amount of time that Arteta's had at Arsenal, and I think he's pulling up more trees than Arteta will. But look, this is early doors for Ten Hag. We need to remember that it's the first season, six months in. I think we just broke the 6-month barrier, and look where we are compared to where, for example, Arsenal were in that same time. You guys were fighting for FA Cups.
I know it's not all
yeah.
But I mean, spending 200 and if I misquoted, just you correct me.
No, you're not misquoting.
230 million. It is going to help because if you think about it, you spend 230 million in one window. Arteta spent, I think, it's around 350. So in that space of time, you've already spent more than a third of what Arteta spent to get to this position.
And that makes a massive difference.
You need to remember, you were spending big P's, man. You were spending big P's. You're the highest spenders. You were the highest spenders for the last two transfer windows.
Was it 200 and something mil though? Was it 200?
No, you were doing 180. You were doing 180. 150.
In his first window, was it 200 and something mil, Moses?
It was forced. You have to understand that it was forced.
Yes or no?
They were never going to spend that money.
I didn't ask for adlibs. I just asked yes or no question.
Yes. Look at the number of players you're bringing in. You need to look at the number of players you're bringing in because ultimately they're going to be in whoever you bring in should be in the style of the manager. I'm not going to number of players that come.
But you also got spaces. Your team's more set up than what we had.
Exactly.
I agree.
Your 11 was underperforming, not the fact ours was just not doing anything. They weren't good enough.
We were shit. We had man.
I agree.
Hey, Moses, why are you not putting respect on Arteta's name?
Did
you not just hear? Did you not just hear what I said?
I did not hear. No, I did not.
My point was, I'm just impressed with what Ten Hag's been able to do in such a short amount of time, and that's what's impressing me. If you give Ten Hag the same amount of time Arteta has, I'll be curious to see what he can achieve in that amount of time. I gave a whole monologue bigging up Arteta, and then my last point was that I'm impressed with Ten Hag in a short amount of time. That's it. No beef yet. No beef.
Look. There's always beef, bro.
I actually
have going easy on you, lot.
Question to ask you.
We're top of the league. That's
now we know that Trossard's confirmed he's gonna be play. I don't know what facet he plays. I don't know.
He doesn't get in your first team.
No. Are you? Is that a fact that you're looking at?
What?
If he comes off the bench, is it a fear factor for you?
No, Trossard, mate, the Brighton man.
Hey, the Brighton man that scored against you.
Look, I know, but we're talking about who am I more scared of, Trossard or Mudryk? I'm more scared of Mudryk.
You're joking. Trossard's better than Mudryk right now, bro.
Nah, you're lying. Mudryk.
Trossard, there's nobody
I've been following
that can
Mudryk.
tell
I've been
me
following
right
Mudryk
now
from about
that
5-6 years
Trossard
ago.
is not better than Mudryk, my guy. Oh,
No,
yes.
okay, look.
In the building, special guest, last minute transfer coming in to let you know who. Hey, that's what we're leading with. I'm going to bring you in and you got to answer who's better, Trossard or Mudryk. Coming in the building.
I don't even know.
Man like Guna Lee in the building. What's going on, bro?
Yo, listen, I'm sorry I'm late, man. Listen, I've had the maddest morning, bro. I'm so sorry. I apologize, bro.
Big up, my guy. Big up.
Listen, shout out to everyone in the panel, man. Hope everyone's good in the comments. Bro, this is mad, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're asking me about these two players, I'll be honest with you, it's hard, isn't it? Because I was fully on the Mudryk train, bro. I was fully on the Mudryk train, but I can't go away from Trossard. Only because see what he can do. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm
and that's big. That's massive.
I'm going with the tried and tested more than anything where I believe that Mudryk isn't great. I think he's a great player. I do. I think he's a great player, but it's hard. Listen, I'm gonna. You know what? You know what?
Your feelings still in it. You can't accept it.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'll be real with you. Right? I'll be real with you. I'm gonna go with Mudryk. You know, I'm gonna go with Mudryk, bro.
Swear down, Lee.
He's special.
Okay. It's you know why I say Mudryk. The only reason why I'm gonna say Mudryk is because I think he can offer a bit more in the game. I think as for Arsenal, I think Trossard might do a bit better because he can play in all three positions. He can cover what we need, and I think he's really good at the intricate play. If you see a lot of his goals, they're very edge of the box, nice finishes, and I think that's going to be good. But if you're asking me who I think the better player is, I think Mudryk might. The ceiling's high.
Okay, cool.
My question was more centered around who you scared of now, like right now, like because
okay. So that's what I wanted to say. That's why I wanted to come in. So you both have really good points. I think if you're talking about ceiling, I think Mudryk has got the ceiling to be one of the best. Like from what I've seen, the little I've seen of him for sure. But I've not seen it. I've not like the majority of people that are commenting on Mudryk have not seen him play 90 minutes, 2 games in a row. So
I haven't seen him play 2 seasons consistently.
Wait. Let me land.
Oh, land.
But for me, I've seen what Trossard could do in the Premier League. He's in the peak of his career in terms of 28. He can use both feet. He's a big game player. If you're telling me right now who I'd rather be playing in my Arsenal team to win to challenge for the title, I'm saying Leandro Trossard. If you're telling me in 18 months' time, maybe it'd be Mudryk because he's had time to settle in and stuff.
You're not saying that if I offered you those two players at the start of the window, you're not telling 100% you're not picking Trossard.
I picked Trossard. I picked Trossard.
Start the window. If someone said Mudryk or Trossard,
I got the receipts, bro. I said,
I agree on Liao in it. That's what I'm saying.
I want to ask you a question. Obviously, I've just come in, like I've literally just come in, but I want to know why people are saying that this is a rivalry this season, bro. Why are we putting Arsenal and Man United in the same boat? I actually don't get it. Why is it like it doesn't matter, bro? Everton dropped points. Obviously, took points off of Man City. That's not a rivalry.
No, but
look where we are. Rivalry because look at Spurs. Spurs are irrelevant. Let's be honest, right? But they're still a rival.
What I'm saying,
Arsenal is traditional. Traditional. It's more tradition.
They're making it seem like this is like a title game. Like this is
but it's not.
Well, we need to.
They're trying to run this back like this is 20 years ago when we used to go battle head to head for the league. This ain't that kind of game, man. Like, people need to calm down with this whole Man United hysteria.
No. You can't be trying to. You can't dismiss the importance of this match. It's a massive game this season. It's one of the biggest games of the season. If Man United win it, we're what? We're fully. I mean, we're taking points off you.
Are you in a title race?
We're in it, but I don't think we're gonna win it.
Oh my god, these guys!
We're in it, bro. I mean,
the numbers say that they're in the title race.
We're close. I don't think we're gonna win it, though.
No. If City are in the title race, United are in the title race. Do
you know what I mean? I don't think we're gonna win it. I don't think we're gonna be there in April or May. I don't think that's what's gonna happen. However, right here, right now, if Arsenal were in a title race, Man City are in a title race, the Man United are in a title race. That's what I'm saying. It's still so halfway into the season. Come on now.
I think he's
Come on.
disingenuous.
Can I add?
Yeah, please.
Can I add? First of all,
Go.
I don't think Manchester United are in a title race. They haven't been in a title race. Yeah. But also, this rivalry between Arsenal and Manchester United, to be honest with you, that died almost 10 years ago.
Bro, it will never die. It will never die. You lot are forever the enemy. It will never die.
No.
Everyone else.
You know why I'm saying this? Because for 10 years, we haven't been direct rivals in competing for the league one-on-one. We're just rivals because of the past. Just for the past. But right now, as we speak right now, we're not in a title race. Yeah. We're not. We're just a team that's improving under Eric Ten Hag.
Thank you.
And trying to get there. Maybe in the next 2 years you can say that. Even with Arsenal right now, they're in a title race at the top. They're doing really well. Yeah, the rivalry's not the same because we haven't had that rivalry for a very, very long time.
Spice, can I ask you a question, please? So if we go to the Emirates and beat Arsenal, and we ask you that question again, and Man United in a title race, regardless of whether we're going to win it, or not, you can't say that we've beaten Arsenal twice in one season. We've beaten Man City. That realistically, we've shown enough to be able to push it, at least to be in a race, to be in it.
You've beaten these teams at home, yeah. By the way, let's just add that in there. So the other point I need you to think about is I just look at it and think you you know, sorry, I didn't even know his name. You mentioned sorry, Moses. You mentioned how well you have played, and you have played well at home. But my point I'm trying to say to you is, for me, I just look at it and I say very simply, you are playing extremely well at home, and at most of your away games you've done well. But you aren't to be in a title race. I think you need to have a combination of things. You have to be playing well. You have to beat the big teams. You have to go away, and you have to have a great setup. And I think there's a combination of all of those things, which you, Nigel, you're on mute. Yeah. But bro, I look at it very simply. And I'm like, you've got two of those things, but there's a few things you're missing to say that confidently you're in a title race. So yes, Newcastle are not in a title race, but they're playing well. You know, no one trusts them to be in a title race. The same way how we don't trust you to be in a title race. So you're playing well. I think there's a big difference between the two. Do you know what I mean?
Look, I'm not saying we're gonna win. I've already said that's my as Manchester United, for us to be this close, I think it's our responsibility as Manchester United to say that we're gonna push it as far as we can. I don't think we're gonna win it. But we can't be cowering away and being like, oh, we're only we're 3 points off City, or however many points it is, or a couple, like however many points we are away from you guys, and say, doing, yeah? Oh no, we're not on it. We've got. This is my last point, and because I know I keep talking. So my thing is, what Man United fans keep doing, they keep using the barometer of Man City, bro. We're the leading team. You lot don't keep mention Arsenal. Stop talking about Man City. Listen, you keep doing. You keep saying, "Oh, you're 3 points off Man City. You're so many points off Newcastle." We are the best team in the league so far. We're playing the best football. We've got the most points. We've scored second most goals, I think, in the league, and we've got the second best defense. We are the team that you need to compare yourself to, not Man City. So people need to stop saying, "Oh, we are 3 points off Man City." We're just stop talking about Arsenal now on, innit?
But do you know why they say that? They say that it's because it's Arsenal and of the Arsenal's past of just bottling things up. And when it comes to May, and because they say City, because people still right now believe that City will win the league. Ask the pundits, they will still have that belief that City can find their way because they've been there and done it. This is new territory for Arsenal to be at the top of the table where everyone's expecting you to just drop, like the way I'm expecting you guys to drop one day.
Yeah, hoping.
Yeah, but it's not happening. I threw that out the window. I'm like, you know what? Arsenal win the league. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. But that's the thing. That's the reason why.
I agree with the notion that we could potentially drop if we hadn't done what we're doing this window. In terms of we've brought in Trossard, who's going to make an immediate impact, rather than a Mudryk who may make an impact now, but it's a more long-term option. We're bringing in someone like a Kiwior. I don't know much about him, but Frazenda, that's coming as a right back. I know a lot more about him than I do about this new centre back that we signed. But the depth's there. So
wait, you getting Frazenda?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, verbals and all that are done. It's just a matter of like final.
Yeah, we're on crud, Moses. Just know we're on crud.
What the Valladolid, the guy from Valladolid?
Yeah, the right back. Yeah.
Nah, you lot are taking a piss, bro. Take the fucking summer window. Us man are getting Weghorst, and you're doing this.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that like now,
Don't worry, man. We're waiting for new owners.
We're like, I'd say about 60 to 70% from having a very, very top, like, 11. Well, now we've created a second 11 that's about 60 to 70% of the way there. So when we look at the competitions we're in, like Europa League, now the pressure's off the first because we've got enough or adequate, let's say, backups to go and play that competition.
And rotate
now,
now.
Now it's like we're in our zone. We can play the games week in, week out. It's not a matter of whether we play 3 times a week anymore.
You see, you see what as well. You see these Man United fans, bro. Me and Souls, we're in a couple WhatsApp groups together, innit? And Souls will back me up in this. Yeah. The other day, last week, after Man City lost against Man United, all these Man United fans saying, "Yeah, we're in a title race. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna come to Emirates. We're gonna beat you lot." Man City, after one game. Then you lose, you drop points at Crystal Palace, you drop points, and then you lose Casemiro. Oh, one game at a time. No, we're not. And Souls, you will back me up, yeah? Bare man in these Man United chats will be chatting bare chat because we're in the same one. We're in about 1 or 2. I see these man in the terrace. I see these man chatting bare rubbish. I'm like, hold on a sec. You're telling me you had a 4-day title challenge. You're saying that one player, yeah, has made you lot lose all hope and composure. Bro, Souls, you will back me up, bro. These man in these chats are chatting bare wass, and I see Souls back in the thing saying, what, 4 days, bro? Like, you're not joking.
Ivorian Spice doesn't look happy.
Oh, then they talk about Arsenal.
I'm enjoying this. I haven't seen this for a good 10 years.
They talk about Arsenal company. Yeah? They talk about Arsenal company.
Actually, 16 years.
You see these man crying over losing one player. One.
Yeah, but this player, it's not just one player though, man.
Nah, it is one player.
Not just one player.
When we lost Jesus, when this issue with Saliba and Saka was injured, you didn't have to say none of this stuff, bro. When they lose Casemiro, they're tears.
Yeah, bro. Don't compare Casemiro with them, man. Please don't compare Casemiro.
They're not on our level right now. They're not on our level. Guys. Hold on. I'm going to get through some of the comments and I'm going to wrap up the show, guys, with some score predictions. They're not on our level right now. That's just how it is. First of all, Craig says, imagine Trossard scoring the winning goal. I'd love that. That'd be epic. Delta P says, our 11 was Shite, McFred and Maguire. Come on, guys. I don't know what game that was for. Not going to lie. Trossard is quality and can play as a false 9 for sure. Brenny K said, Trossard, so glad we have a quality player with Premier League experience. That's what I like the most about the Premier League experience. And
he scored. Hey, have you seen his record against the Big Six?
Exactly. Great record against the Big Six.
It's just another record signing.
Shut up. You wish, bro.
City still... You need to take that devil out of your heart. You know what? I like you, man.
Moses, don't listen.
And Moses,
man, you got me better, man. Like the way he's wrapping up the show is like, I'm not on the same levels.
Bro, it's the facts right now, though, Moses. Just hold that, Moses.
I want to go straight to Moses, innit? Because Moses has got the most chat. I'm pointing straight at you. I need you to take that devil out of your heart, my guy. I like, you know, I don't like Man United fans, but I like
the power of God compels you on that.
Big up. Brenty says City's still the team to beat. I worry about them more than United. That's true. Like, regardless, we're still inexperienced when it comes to these title challenges. So it is one game at a time. For me, I think we can win the title. Probably the first time I feel that we can win the title, but this weekend's game is going to determine a lot of that for me. Carl says, lads, I'm a gooner. If United win tomorrow, they're in the title race. Fair enough, Carl. Craig says, Arsenal lost to United because Arteta made the wrong substitutions as well as playing the high line that played into Ten Hag's hands. Brenny K says, Gunnar Lee spitting facts. He's dropped bars on bars on bars, so plenty facts he's dropped today. And then Delta P says, that's because your Gunners are going to crumble soon because no one believes you're going to maintain that top spot. They've been saying it.
4 days.
They've been saying it.
Listen, who is that? Delta. Don't make me find your IP address, bro. I'm going to come to you.
All right, guys. So to wrap up the show, I'm going to start with the away team. I want to hear what your score prediction and who do you reckon is going to be the difference maker for your team. So first of all, Ivorian Spice, score predictions.
First of all, love the way Arsenal are feeling right now. It's been 16 years, man, and you guys deserve it. You know, like you know. Nigel Englishman knows that Arsenal be my second team in London.
Lies.
He knows Arsenal's my favorite. He knows. I got receipts, you know. I got receipts of me saying
he says it, but it's lies. He says it, but it's lies.
Why are you saying it, bro?
It's when you guys go through the muds, man.
Done with
it. Arsenal to win 2-1.
Here we go. This is what they're trying to do. Okay, no problem.
Reverse,
So,
no, you're
the
home.
reverse judge is live.
What's this?
The reverse judge is live. No problem.
You asked me for the scores, and I said Arsenal will win, and now I'm lying.
No problem.
I don't know what to do.
Sus, what's your prediction for tomorrow's game?
Bro, I'm discombobulated. Are you in a title race? You're not in a title race. You're not even back in your own team here, brother. I don't know what's going on.
No, I said we're not in a title race.
Wait, am I the United fan? I just heard Arsenal. Did the United fan just say Arsenal to win? Okay.
Yeah.
And did he just say he likes Arsenal?
You're at
home.
You know the blasphemy.
It's Sunday. Listen, you're at home. It's Sunday, and we don't beat Arsenal.
No, brother. You said you like
on a
Arsenal.
Sunday.
The thing is, there's certain unwritten rules. It's like I can't like Chelsea. You know what I mean? I can't just sit there and go, oh yeah, I like Liverpool. That's
leave
weird,
it.
I can't do that.
Very weird.
Nah, bro, I'm being honest,
anyways, back on.
So, what are you saying?
You know what? Remember what? I think it was Odegaard who said this just before the North London derby. We're gonna take revenge for what happened last season. We're gonna take revenge for the L you gave us. You know what's gonna happen? This is gonna be an old school, merciless, slow, painful death about to come. This is gonna be Ten Hag's awakening. He's gonna sit there and go,
wow.
Actually, shit, I've got a lot more work to do. This 4 days. And by the way, I'm talking about the Manchester United know in Manchester right now who've been talking about this. Oh yeah, we might come for you. We're gonna come and put ourselves in the title race. I've got, all right, cool, come. Because you know what's gonna happen on Sunday? A demise. They're going to realize all their dreams that they dreamt up with Ten Hag winning them a trophy this season, all of that's about to go. It's going to be plan A is going to get scrapped, and it's going to be a humiliating defeat. I'm going 4-0.
So
wow. 4-0 he's going.
Woo! Did you just ask what happens if you win? I mean, from my monologue, you're not winning.
All right, so
what happens when he beat you? We're going to be saying that.
Moses, the floor is yours now. Sosa said what he needs to say. He don't need to respond to you. Now tell me what you want to say, innit? What are you saying?
Right.
He said 4-0 to Arsenal. What are you saying?
Nice. Look, I don't know why you invited me down to this because this is just some ambush thing. You guys have set me up. I've already got an Arsenal shirt under there. I don't know what's happened today, innit? But
no, I'm just being honest. Well,
as a Man United fan,
we don't win.
Yeah, I hear you. But as a Man United fan, you cannot tell me this team that. The way Ten Hag got me feeling right now as a Man United fan, you cannot tell me that we're gonna go to the Emirates and we haven't got a chance. We have got a chance, and we got a chance, and that's what I'm trying to say. Look, Casemiro's out. Look, we cannot replace him. We cannot replace him. Yeah, this man is integral to the way we play. We cannot replace him. But if we put the right system out and we go. And we're not too egotistical and try and play arrogant football and try and win the game in the first half, and we hold that out. I think we're gonna win this game 3-2. And then I asked the question, what happens then? What are you boys telling me when Man United win 3-2 at the Emirates? What are you boys telling me then? That's what I want to know, because all I'm hearing is we're not in it. We're not in it. What then? What are you going to tell me then? Because wait, one thing. Because you guys, quickly. You got to play City twice.
This is his chest, you know. Bro, don't worry about City twice, bro. I asked you for your score prediction, telling me about City twice. 9 points.
That's 9 points on the table. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but I'm saying we're in the race. And it's up to us as Man United to push you, man. That's what I want to see. We might not win it, but we want to push you.
3-2, yeah. All right, Gunali, what are you saying about that 3-2? What are you saying?
All I'm gonna say is, Moses, we don't believe you, bro. We know we don't trust you. I'm gonna leave it at, you know what I'm gonna say? I think, you know what, you did make a good point though. I don't think that any team, as Arsenal, I'm gonna say, we should be going for revenge. I don't want to play the occasion. I want to play the game. Just play the game, go out, we do our tactics. We know that we are the better team. I think the reason why we are definitely going to beat you is because I think Anthony, there's a lot of shade going on him right now, and he's not playing well. No matter what, he's not playing well. And I think you can agree with that. You also have your midfield of McTominay and Fred. And yeah, they might be workhorses, but we have such integral and intelligent players that our midfield is going to eat your midfield apart. I think Bruno on the right-hand side, yeah, he's done all right over there, but I just think that it's just not going to be enough. Again, you're moving paces around. Similar to what you're saying, you're not a fan. You're moving paces around there. So for me, I'm going to say 2-0. I don't think it will be like a battering. I know, obviously, my guy Schools was saying it's going to be like a slow death. I don't think it's going to go like that, but I do think we'll beat you 2-0. And overall, you'll have a few chances, but I think we'll have too much, man. I think our defense against your attack, we come out trumps. It's going to be quite easy. I think our midfield will be able to eat you alive. I really do. I really do, man. I really do.
No. All right. So, guys, look. It's not going to be an easy game at all. I don't think. Even though I don't think, as Gunali said, you have to play the game, not play the occasion. Even though I do want revenge for the earlier fixture this season, what I would say, I think this game is going to be all about Martin Odegaard. I'm saying 3-1. Nketiah's going to score, and also Martinelli's going to score. I don't know who's going to score the third one. I'm hoping for a Trossard debut goal, but you never know. So 3-1 to the mighty Arsenal. So we got 2-0, we got 4-0, we got 2-1, and we got what, 3-2, Moses?
3-2, Trossard red card.
And 3-1. So guys, majority of the panel are going for Arsenal wins. There's one lone soldier in the camp going for Man U.
Can I just back up everything? People just think I'm wearing an Arsenal top underneath. I'm not wearing an Arsenal top underneath. The only reason why I'm saying is because I'm looking at the occasion. Who has most of the momentum? Arsenal are a force and then at Emirates Stadium. And I've looked at the past. It's appointed for Arsenal win. And we've lost Casemiro. Yeah. I'm still hopeful that Manchester United will go there and do something, maybe or win. But however, Arsenal will win tomorrow because they are the favourites.
Allow saying, okay, yeah.
Say it, Arsenal will win. That's what you have. That's a perfect way to end the show.
But it's going to be a tough match. It's going to be a tough match. It's not going to be easy for you guys.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Arsenal for the win. Title challenge on. Big up everyone in the comment section. Big up the whole panel. Let's enjoy the mid-off between Chelsea and Liverpool now. Have a great day, guys.
I'm not going to forget this. Hey, Kunle, I'm not going to forget this.